Greetings and welcome to our weekly walk into the world of mainstream media. I appreciate you guys coming and holding my hand and helping me, and hopefully vice versa, helping you make sense of what, in my opinion, can only be described as complete and utter BS. Half the stuff they report, yes, it's beyond laughable. One of the big stories, big story at the minute obviously is it's the Tory leadership here in the United Kingdom. Another Prime Minister resigns, packs in their job, so of course we're going to have to hear about that rubbish for the next, until they decide who's going to go next. There was talk of Boris Johnson coming back. Did people forget why he resigned or something? Interesting just how quickly people forget, isn't it? Didn't he break a load of his own lockdown rules or some crap like that? Again, interesting just how quickly people forget how much they dislike, say for example, the Tory leader or the Tory government or the Labour government or whoever happens to be in power. Because the minute they say, you're all being locked down and we're going to force some new treatment plan on you, people will suddenly think, so long as they say, but it's for your own good, we've got some minister, some health professional to back us up, everyone suddenly starts trusting them. Wow, what is wrong with people? I don't know. Okay, tonight's stream is called What's Odd About These Pics, or at least that's what I've titled tonight's stream is called, What's Odd About Meghan and Harry. Where do we begin, eh? That is the main subject of tonight, and as I did say in the pre-show, we'll be streaming for about an hour tonight, because I'm coming down with a bit of a bug actually, and I don't want to overdo my voice, particularly when I did it once before and it cost me badly. So I'm not going to be a hero tonight. I'm just going to keep the show must go on, but I'm just going to keep it to an hour. I'd like to say a big hello to Mudlark and Susan, who's so far in the live chat. If anyone else wants to pop in and say hello, if you've got any stories you want to suggest we take a look at, I always appreciate that. Although, as I said, we are going to be a bit more limited for time than we are them usually. Usually I like to do at least a couple of hours, but I am going to have to cut it short tonight, just after 11. Also, I would like to say a big thank you to my Patreon supporter, Linda Mack, and let you know that if anyone wants to check me out over on Patreon, then this is the way to do it. And if you were a Patreon supporter, you would have got to see my new logo, which is on screen in the bottom right corner. You would have seen that first, if that means anything to you. Alternatively, another way you can support this channel is simply just by hitting the thumbs up button. If you consider it worthy of a thumb up, sharing it on social media, and subscribing. On that note, actually, I do want to put out a tweet. Again, I normally do this in the pre-show, but I don't know, perhaps I'm a little bit behind, and I will share a link to that. I also want to read the live chat. Greetings to Sun Star Thunder Lightning, lovely to see you in the live chat. Had a nice chat with you in the week actually. Always good to catch up. Right, let's see. Mudlight says Harry is a total clown, and I think that Meghan is his handler. That's why she always needs to hold his hand. Possibly. I have noticed just how unpopular Meghan is, and I can't help thinking this is like deliberate. Do you remember how unpopular Lady Diana was, Princess Diana was, just before she died? Even like The Simpsons made a joke about it. Barney made a comment about, what's that pile of rags over in the corner? Oh, sorry, it's Lady Diana or something, or a joke to that effect. She was despised, and yet once she passed, again, how quickly people forget. And at the moment, Meghan, I've got a couple of pictures that I want to look at. Nothing that out of the ordinary, nothing we don't see every week when we look at Meghan, but just something I thought was weird, and more the source of it, where it came from. But is Meghan Harry's handler? Possibly, who knows? One thing's for sure, Meghan is not what's reported. None of these people are, to be honest with you. Susan says Liz Truss is a psyop. 44 days as Prime Minister. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. To be honest, I don't follow the news. I don't follow politics particularly closely. So, what did Liz Truss do that was so terrible? I mean, was she any worse than the rest of the politicians that we get half the time? Oh, hi to AJ Wild. Great to see you in the chat. Haven't seen you around for a while. Hope you've been doing well. And Mudlark says the press have told people to hate her. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We will have a look at that in a minute. In fact, yeah, perhaps we'll go straight on to that one, as we are going to be a bit limited for time tonight. Oh, I was going to put a tweet out, wasn't I? I'm all over the place. I blame it on my very minor bug, which I hope won't come to much. Right. I'll just put starting now. Yeah, big thanks to those of you guys that do retweet my stuff over on Twitter. I know Sunstar does, also Linda Mack, and fair enough if you don't want to use Twitter, because it is full of absolute propaganda, of course, so I wouldn't blame anyone for not going over there, but it's something I've used for a long time, so I just thought set up a channel. Hope you can join. Okay, right. I'll put a link to this tweet now in the live chat. If anyone is in a position to retweet it or whatever, then I'll leave that up to you. And then we'll have a look at, we'll start having a look at Meghan. Mudlark, you don't think their children exist? No, me neither. Which makes you think, if that is the case, then I do not believe that is anything new. I think that's... right, hang on, let me share my screen and we'll go from there. No, I'm very suspicious of anything about these royal families. As I said, we watched in the pre-show about Harry's emotional breakdown at some charity that he's involved with. I don't know. Right. Please retweet. Okay. Yeah, there should be if a link in the live chat. Do it now, do it later, do it when it's convenient. Up to you. I'm good either way. And RJ Wild says the press are just reporting on her terrible behaviour. Yeah, anytime they want to, they'll flip that script though. Just like, I mean, Boris Johnson, for example, when he first came into politics, I think he was considered like a bumbling idiot. Interesting how he'll probably go down in history as like along. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him up with Winston Churchill. Right, I'm turning off the music for a second. Anyway, yeah, I'm here on Twitter. If you don't use it, then let me talk you through it. You've got your search bar. Can you see that? Just about, I think. Yeah, you've got a search bar just here. You've got trending, what's happening. If you go show more, for some reason, and here's a great example of what propaganda machine Twitter is. One of the top things that come up is the British royal family, and Twitter love this family. They cannot get enough of them. And you get some cracking pictures on here as well. Right, how do we see more? Yeah, mentioning Harry and Meghan's children. Now, for me, as far as I'm concerned, that begs the question, what about Kate's children? What if all these people all along have just been an act? Who knows? Yeah, I guarantee you, never in this British royal family section will you find, say, something I've tweeted about the royals, or something anyone that doesn't absolutely love them. Look, the royal family, they get their own section. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Mudlark mentions, how do we know how these people behave in reality? Don't Netflix have a program out called The Crown? Supposedly that's meant to give a real life look into their family. Nah, not at all. Don't believe that for a second. Yeah, as I say, they love. Twitter seems to absolutely love the royal family at the minute, except for Meghan. They're constantly putting, they're mentioning deal or no deal drama. I'm not actually sure what they're on about, but there's loads of people slag her off. Braless, or as the weather got cold. How this tweet gets in there, who knows? Actually, personal opinion here, this dress she's got on, I would get, maybe she has had implants. I say she. Look at that head to shoulder width. I would wonder if perhaps everything down here is real. Although we're gonna have a closer look at Meghan's chest tonight, and don't worry, nothing too graphic. Yeah, anything below this line where her dress is probably just padding. But all the comments is that her new playful look. She makes a mistake of thinking just because something is expensive, it's not automatically tasteful. See, everyone hates Meghan. I gotta say, I personally couldn't care less about these people. My opinion on, I don't have a strong enough emotion about these people to hate them, because as I say, I don't even know. Now, of course, I know people like Charles, William, Harry, they turn up places. We see them. That is true. Yeah, I mean, I'm very close to someone that that says that they were working in a petrol garage and he came in and bought 20 Marlboro Lights, and I got no reason to think they're making it up. Mistaken, maybe, lookalike, maybe, who knows? That is something I'm keeping a definite open mind about, though. Look, here we go, another negative tweet about Meghan. Does she not like her kids or something? She's constantly off doing something but never with them. Yeah, great point. Where are these kids? Although if you read about Princess Kate, or whatever she's called, is it Queen Kate now? Surely not. I don't know what the proper title is. If you read any tweets about her, then they would have you believe that she's always doing stuff with her children. But they can't love Charles and William enough, actually. Even people like Prince Philip, they want to tell us, is a wonderful human being. Oh, I thought I heard a cat meow there. I did have to let one out not long ago, so I'm wondering if we're going to see... Yeah, I might have to go and let one in. We haven't actually done catch-up tonight. Maybe we'll do that. Well, we will do that tonight, actually. But first, I don't know if I will be able to find it or not, but I want to find... Yeah, here we go. Meghan Markle goes shopping. Oh no, that's the one we've already seen. Again, that's what happens when you tell lies about one of the most admired people in the world in the final years of her life. Believe me, I didn't admire that person. Don't admire any of these people. But yeah, massively popular opinion. Hate Meghan. For some reason, that is the current government-approved thought, is to hate Meghan. They want her despised. Yeah, there's a couple of particular pictures. The first one up, I'm going to bring up in a minute. Yeah, Susan says she's playing total trash. She deliberately flouts the protocol and then plays the victim. She craves racism when she can't get her own way. She's total trash. Yeah, to be honest though, is, let's say, Charles, for example, only interested in protecting his income. Is he any better? Are any of these people any better? Wow, cracking picture here. Shared by Princess of Wales News 6 hours ago. Although, as always, my computer's going a bit slow. This isn't the picture I meant to look at, but... yeah, this is obviously not Yeah, this is obviously one that is probably been photoshopped, airbrushed, all sorts of things. I just don't buy these children. Who knows what they do or how they do it. I just, is it missing a thumb there? Actually, if we were to take a close look at that baby's hand, I'm not saying the thumb's completely missing, but who knows? Is the Photoshop job done a bit rubbish? That is the question. Yeah, let me bring this other picture up as well. Bear with me 1 second while we wait for that to load. Wow, 10:30 already. Bear in mind I'm wanting to finish like at the latest 11:15. Don't get a lot of time to, can't get much in an hour basically. Right, have a look at this. Maybe it's not that weird. To me, it looks like the thumb's missing. If we adjusted the colours a bit more, I don't know how well you can see it on your screen, but that hand doesn't look... Almost like, in The Simpsons, maybe it isn't dodgy, but, in The Simpsons, they've only got like 4 fingers each. Ooh. Yeah, that's the one thing in that image that doesn't quite look right to me. I expect we could look closer and find more. You got to wonder where Harry's arm is here. But anyway, that isn't the picture I wanted to particularly look at. The one I was curious to see. Oh, let me get rid of that a second. Oh, I better check my audio is playing all right, actually. If you don't... just 1 second. I expect we could look closer. Yep, sounds okay, right. While I'm waiting for this picture to load up, I'm just going to have a look at the live chat. Mudlark says, I think it's all scripted and Meghan is playing the part of the baddie. Yeah, she doesn't have to do much, does she? I mean, to be honest, when I see her and watch her perform, she does sort of make my stomach turn, but no worse than any of these people. I think Harry is... Right, yeah, this image, can anyone see something that doesn't quite tie in, you could say? Or, sorry, with the idea that Meghan's, female. There's a couple of things that for me are well worth looking closer at. How much can I zoom in? I don't want to... Obviously, I want you to be able to look properly. Is she part of the Weird Ear Brigade? Would we say... I mean, that grin looks about as forced as you could possibly imagine. Those teeth, I mean, again, rubbish picture quality. This isn't particularly what I noticed. It does look like there's some sort of box going on just around these teeth. Yeah, they look dodgy as F. So you might ask, who actually took this image? We'll have a look when the time in a minute. Yeah, look at that ear. That surely isn't how a human ear looks, is it? Again, this isn't my major fault with this picture. And also you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there seems to be some sort of pixelated... Oh, hang on. Yeah, pixelated line just going along the top of that. Sometimes when I play this back, I'm not able to actually see what I saw originally, so... Oh, wow, that line's far too thick. Because I'm zoomed in so much, maybe. Right. Okay, we'll forget the... Yeah, no, there's something even more blatantly obvious about that. And we will just take a quick look at Harry's ears as well, because... Yeah, for me, ears are one of those things that just give away give away that something's been done. Might look perfectly normal actually to you. Although for me, again, these people have their earlobes cut off. It looks to me like his actual real ear is something like that. And they've just extended... oh my goodness. Yeah, they've just extended part of that. But again, that's something for a closer look. That hair doesn't look particularly real either. But what is it about this image? Right. RJ says, yes, she photoshops all her pictures. To be honest, all her pictures are photoshopped, I agree. But I don't think she does it herself. If we can find... yeah, I found this tweet last night. I found this image tweeted in that section on Twitter about the royal family. Look how long that arm is. Goodness me, a woman with an arm as long as that. Not a chance. That is not natural. Women do have naturally... alright, sorry. Yeah, women have... and then look at Harry's. Where Harry's... okay, so hers comes well past the meeting of the legs, as it were. Harry's seems to come... well... he obviously is a bit taller, but don't be surprised if he's walking on stilts. Again, you know, I watched... I'm a fan of Coronation Street. I saw one of the men... the male characters... as always, if you ever watch these soaps, the characters always walk in a really strange way. But in this particular one, the guy looked like he was walking on stilts to give him the appearance of being tall. Yeah, that was one. This was one of the images I wanted to look at this evening. Oh, thank you, AJR Wild, for removing the bot comment. Much appreciated. Mudlight, yeah, her arms are ridiculously long. You did point that out. Also, you're pointing out that the shoulders are clearly wider than the hips. Ridiculously so. I mean, that's not the straight... oh, can we straighten that line up? What about that one? Can we do anything with that line? Maybe not. Perhaps it's too late now. But it is... yeah, and also her body mass, again, is just far too thin. But you wouldn't exactly say either of them look particularly happy in that photo. Right, and we've also got a video of her talking, which I'm sorry to inflict on you guys, but just some of the... I mean, nothing that she particularly said, except for one thing, concerned me. But I did also want to... right, oh yeah, we wanted to find the... Variety, yeah, that is the very same interview we're going to look at. By the way, she plugs a really educational program that her child watches, all about space travel, dinosaurs, all the usual propaganda that, as far as she's concerned, is... I play a mean game of bullying. Hang on, what's she actually coming out with here? I'm very good at lying. Wow. Have they actually got her saying this? Come on, we got to hear it, haven't we? Let me just... hopefully you can hear it. We're going to play it once through and I'll make sure that you can hear the sound. Hang on.
A really solid bolognese sauce.
Actually, no, you probably didn't hear that. Oh, hang on. Let me check again. Okay, apologies for that. You should now be able to hear it. Let me just try it once more, but half the thing...
Hi, I'm Megan, and I play a mean game of Scrabble.
Yeah, so
I'm very good at
lying,
lying, and I love to cook. I also make a really solid
Word
bolognese
salad.
sauce. Hi, I'm Megan, and I play a mean game of Scrabble.
What a thing to admit. I play a mean game of bullying. Is there a game called bullying? What was the other admissions she makes in this video?
And I play a mean game of Scrabble. I'm very good at
lying.
Someone's cropped it in. Got it. Fair enough. They've edited words over the top. I love to complain. But obviously, okay, we will be actually looking at the original video tonight, because something keeps popping up about that. This is the story they keep going on about. If it wasn't for Deal or No Deal, she wouldn't have met Prince Harry. TV co-stars hit back as Meghan Markle complains about Deal or No Deal. Okay, fair enough. That is an old TV programme, isn't it? Or not? Oh, we've got a load of cats wanting to come out. The kittens are wanting to invade. They said they can't wait another half an hour. Hello, Peach. Hello, Charlie. Melba. Is Jerry coming out? Anyway. Yeah, they're all out here. Hopefully they won't start climbing up my legs, but if you hear me scream out in pain, that means I'm being clawed by a kitten. Yeah, we will do catch up before we finish tonight, because I got some nice pictures of them. Yeah, apparently there is... Meghan has got her own photographer. What's this one? She goes shopping with a friend amid... Yeah, I'm not too sure what that story is, but I don't particularly want to give it too much attention. What a strange image. How... Look at that weird angle at which Prince Charles's legs seem to be going. I don't know if you can see that. Just doesn't look right. Hang on, let's see if I can get a close-up. This, for me, is what stands out. Okay, this is the lower half of Prince Charles. Bear with us. Okay, just wait for that image to load up. Yeah, this is outside Clarence House to celebrate the occasion of the Queen Elizabeth, Queen Mother's 98th birthday. Maybe it's not that weird. It just seems to be going straight here. Hang on, let's get our yellow pen out. Yeah, straight leg here. Then all of a sudden... Maybe that's normal. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not going to spend too long looking at that. But yeah, the royal legs can be something to behold. Whoa, look at her arm. Had not massive hand for an elderly lady. I mean, I know she was 98, but I don't know. That's almost not for what. Well, who knows what these people are? Perhaps they are shape-shifting Liz. Ow! Sorry, getting clawed on my ankle. Perhaps. I mean, look at. I mean, fair enough. She is an elderly lady, but what this makes me think of is that they're just trying to make the skin look like that of an older person. This is something else. Let me see if I can make it a bit larger. Maybe that is perfectly normal. The hand looks way too big, though, to be that of a woman's. Maybe it's all the scarring because... Actually, I don't know if you can see that just there. It looks like someone's imprinted a ghost I don't know. How do I zoom in on this? I don't know if I can, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you can see it. Hang on. Let's see. How do I zoom in? Nope, that doesn't do anything. View. Zoom in. Oh, nope. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to take my word for that one. It does look like there's a face imprinted on her arm and almost like a ghost or something. Very strange. Greetings to Phil. Good to see you in the live chat. Along with Kuka features, whatever. This is hilarious. Well, I hope you're laughing in agreement rather than laughing at my video, but whatever. Either way, great to have you in the live chat. Thanks for joining us, both of you guys. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone else. Yeah, Phil, right, Megman, all the way. Okay, I'm not sure if we're going to find the actual photographer who is credited with taking Meghan's picture. Anyway, let's go on to this Variety Fair video that she did. Oh, hang on. This is the guy, Missan Harriman. He seems to be Meghan's, along with some other celebrities, he seems to be Meghan's official photographer. But, or he gets in, he took that picture of her in red. However, people absolutely slam him in the comments about how horrible. Well, he doesn't seem very popular, nor does she, for that matter. Yeah, will you leave me alone, please? Sorry, I'm getting clawed again. Okay. He's obviously tweets a lot. But yeah, typical of what he does, this guy. He seems to take pictures of women who have ridiculously wide head to shoulder ratios. I'm not sure who this person is, but right. Let's see. We're getting there in a minute. And you should, again, who is this person? No idea. Robin van Houteren. Look at that sloping forehead. This guy seems to be photographer for the... there we go. A joyous moment with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. You should see the comments they get. Okay. Mudlark. Meghan's arms are longer than Harry. Yet. There's something else on this one. Certainly arm to body ratio. And I wouldn't be surprised to find he's stood on some sort of platform to make him look especially taller. I have seen some... Yeah, another wonderful YouTuber. Hang on, let's let the cat out. Go on then, go in, go out. Yeah, another YouTuber, Some Girls. I know she sometimes tunes in and comments in the chat. If she's watching tonight, greetings, thanks for joining us. She has shared some like really unusual pictures of Meghan that I just wouldn't have seen otherwise, about how her body shape changes drastically. But this one, yeah, all the replies are, they must be paying you a lot of money, get ready to be markled like everyone else. You would think a wedding day would be a joyous moment, but not Harry's wedding day. Apparently how miserable they looked on his wedding day. Here she is at One Young World. Actually, it looks like that's where the photograph came from. It said Harry normally looks miserable with Meghan and in general when not posing for the cameras. Meghan super caked on the bronzer for One Young World. See, this guy has to put up with a fair share of naysayers, you could say. Right, I want to have a look at One Young World before we listen to some of the things in the Variety interview. How long does it go on for? Well, it basically ends up being she's just promoting her own. She's just promoting her own podcast. Right. Yeah, as I say, no idea what One Young World is about. Mudlight says, Harry has a vertical female forehead. Men have sloping foreheads. Yeah, definitely something weird going on with Harry's forehead, I can tell you that. Almost as if it... Yeah, almost... Right, who are these people? A registered charity, there's a surprise. Of course, that means Harry and Meghan will be asking you to donate to it. Took place in Tokyo. Oh, is it going to be something about the world's biggest and most impactful youth leadership summit? One of those sorts of things, I guess. I wonder if, yeah, of course you're going to get people like this there. If Meghan Markle goes there, then all the trannies go there. If you ask me. How will we fund it? Oh no, action on funding available. Where do you think this charity gets a lot of their money from? I know nothing, absolutely nothing about them. That is why I clicked on this. I bet they've got links to the world. No, what's that? WEF. Donate, volunteer. Together apart. Partners. Okay, be interested to see some of their partners. I wonder if we'll see WEF anywhere. Okay, don't even say who their partners are. Oh, hang on. You going in, Charlie? I don't know if you heard that high-pitched squeal there. That is little Charlie the cat. Let me grab him. Hey, Charlie. I'm not going to keep him up here too long or I'll be causing havoc. I am tempted to put the camera on. You can see him, but... You going to meow into the microphone? No, he's not. He's not meowing. Come on, let me pop you down. Sorry there. Don't want to get too sidetracked. Oh, I thought we were going to find out, like, who is partnered with this organisation. Or are they just some super massive... Oh, here we go. Audi, BMW, BP, Coca-Cola. Brilliant. Pfizer, why not? What a surprise. Pfizer are one of their partners. Johnson & Johnson, Reckitt. I don't know if they're anything to do with the pharmaceutical world. And just for this year... Or I haven't seen the World Economic Forum's name come up yet. Maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. Who knows? Google, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Microsoft here somewhere. Nestle, apparently Nestle have crippled some, like, I don't want to say some of that isn't true, but the story I heard, apparently they steal all the water supplies in Africa. Who knows? But before I could say that for definite, I would have to look into it. Okay. Meghan. I'm tempted because I'm not really worried about what she's saying in this interview. It's just one thing that you can kind of quite clearly see. In fact, because time is short. Yeah, this ends up just being a plug for her new podcast. Right, I did get a screenshot. I wonder if we can see what I was actually looking for in that. Okay, bear with me. Right, I can zoom in on this one. Yeah, when you see her talking, actually, maybe we will play the video. She has got a very distinct white mark here, just under her neck. I'm not sure how well you can see it. And the other thing about this, I was trying to work out what was going on with her chest, because as you can see, her skin on her face is very, golden, you could almost say. Come down to the chest and it almost looks, well, not the same. But yeah, this is the main point that I encourage you guys to look out for when we hear her talking. This area here, you can almost see a scar on her neck. Obviously, people have creases around the neck. I don't doubt that. Oh, greetings to Mary B. Great to see you in the live chat. Catherine, Princess of Wales, is how to refer to Catherine. My apologies, Mary. I'll try and remember that next time. What did I call her? Oh, Princess Kate, didn't I? So she's still a princess, not a queen. Let's just get that right. Because I know... Because, yeah, having grown up, always having a king, I'm not actually sure how you refer to the... the king's wife. But who knows. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to mute this for a second, unless you desperately want to hear what she says. And just keep looking under the chin. Can I zoom in? No, because it'll make the video smaller. That's typical. Alright, we can go full screen. Yeah, now, had Meghan not been a celebrity, not been, married to or whatever, and you saw the person's picture in a newspaper and it said, drag queen gets removed from pageant for being too extreme, you wouldn't have see what you're saying. I can sympathise with that one. Right, we are looking for that neck to keep. A lot of the images they show of her is from her days when she was on Scrubs, almost as if that's as good as, who knows. Isn't it a weird coincidence that, again, just like British soaps, you would have to believe that the makeup department on the programme, sorry, she wasn't on Scrubs, what am I on about? Whatever programme she was in, she looks identical to her character. Why is it playing so slowly? Yeah, just look under here, you keep seeing the white line. I don't know why it's only playing at half speed. My computer must be on a go slow. Look how big, look how big that hand is. It almost looks like she had one larger than the other. Okay, maybe she doesn't have one larger than the other, just how it looked on that occasion. I bet it's not even her hand. Look at the size of that thing. Not exactly a petite feminine hand, is it? Remember, just under the neck, we're looking for the tracheal shave scar. If you're not familiar with what that is, well, we'll have a look at it before we finish tonight. Yep, twist those shoulders in as much as you can. My goodness. Remember what I was saying about this person was removed from the drag queen pageant for being too ridiculous looking? Right, I paused it and yet it's still playing. Weird. Very soft. There we go. Typical Harry features. Someone with a very flat forehead. Oh, my computer's having issues, I'm afraid. Same as this guy. Look at that flat forehead. Compared to the sloping brow ridge, of course. But, to be honest, we could look at Kate Middleton and we'd see exactly the same thing as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. I invite you to watch this video in your own time. Maybe I'll leave a link and just look at the lines. It looks like white scar tissue. Also, on top of the head, it's actually to my advantage that this video is playing so stuttery and slow. Almost like, yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if everything about that image is man-made, as it were. Yeah, Mudlark, big feet, you're absolutely correct. And also suits, not scrubs. Yeah, my mistake. To be honest, I didn't watch either of them. Actually, I maybe watched the odd episode of Scrubs, but I've never seen Suits. Right, that video just doesn't want to play. I think I'm overloading my computer here. So perhaps I'll move on from that one. Susan, yeah, points out Adam's apple shave. Yeah, exactly. Tracheal shave scar. My computer's gone absolutely weird. It doesn't want to stop playing. Right, hang on. Let's see if I can execute it. Okay, we'll do a search instead for tracheal shave scar. Oh, goodness sakes. Images. I will zoom in a bit now. Oh, nasty. Yeah, apologies. But as you can see, just under here, it's not slap bang in the middle of the Adam's apple. It is... Oh, it makes me feel a bit queasy, actually. Sorry, maybe this isn't something we want to spend too much time looking at. Why is it trying to print it? Goodness me, no thank you. Yeah. Oh, no, that's it. Too much, too much. My apologies. Let's get off that page now. Sorry, people. We've seen enough. Mudlight says Kate Middleton is a massive dude. I do wonder, to be honest, if more than one person plays this role. I've got an image here of the Duke of Edinburgh. Is that Prince Philip? An old image. And I think the pictures were meant to be taken like 2 seconds after each other. But if you look closely, it almost looks like two different people. Look at the tie. It's all... This is what makes me think it's supposed to be done one picture after another. Like the lookalike, for example, they used... When he smiles, he doesn't look like Philip or whoever this is meant to be. Look at the hairline up here. It seems in 3 or 4 different places. Here it just slopes down at like almost a diagonal. Now again, the head is at a very slightly different angle on each image. But yeah, I do wonder if that is 2 different people. Almost like they said, okay, can you show us all the people you've got looking like the Duke of Edinburgh? And this is 2 separate samples. But who knows on that one. Leslie Wyatt, greetings. Good to see you, as always. Yeah, I also saw it pointed out that 2 people... Now, again, this was probably covered by other YouTubers. 2 people pointed out that both of these characters, actors, you might say, died aged 96 in 2022. I think that's more of a coincidence than they might have us believe. That being the Queen Elizabeth, obviously, and this one being Angela Lansbury, best known for for me, Murder, She Wrote. But yeah, looking at this picture, I wouldn't be surprised to find out she had had a tracheal shave scar or two in her time. Also, look at that ear. Weird Ear Brigade. I would also imagine that chin is probably prosthetics, but who knows? I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, Leslie says they all have. You think they probably all have doppelgangers? Well, of course they do. If they are legitimate people and it's not all just played out by doppelgangers, then yeah, I would agree. They have probably all got them. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna have to cut things a bit short tonight. So, hang on. Yeah, we are gonna start winding down in a minute. Let me see. I did want to look to see if there was anything further with the Lucy Letby story, which Susan brought to our attention last week. So yeah, I'm going to have a really quick... Sorry, it's Laura Letby. No, it's Lucy Letby, yeah. Mainly, I am curious how many different images there is of this person. And how... Right, hang on. Chester Hospital probe rearrested. Right, okay. She's been rearrested on... This is the 10th of November. Wow, ages ago. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Bear with me a minute. Yeah, I did have someone... Last week I mentioned about how tiny her handwriting must be to fit on that post-it note. I did have someone leave a comment pointing out that, of course, post-it notes are all different sizes. Unusual findings. Okay, I don't think they haven't given us any news info on this in the last couple of days. But is it just me, or is there a ridiculous lack of images of this person? Okay, a few more coming out now. Yeah, as we said last week, this story is going to be around for a while yet, so we will certainly return to it. I bet that's a doll she's holding there. I would hazard a guess that is a doll. Almost like it's a press picture. Look how big the jaw is as well. I can't get over that one. Massive jaw on Lucy Letby. Okay, we're going to finish with Cat Chup. And yeah, we are a bit short this evening. Due to I need to rest my throat. Because, yeah, I think I've got like a cold starting up. And I don't want to wear my voice out too much in case of that. But before we finish, we will talk about something I was wanting to look at tonight, but didn't get round to it. Anyway, yeah, the cats, how are they doing? This is young Splodge. Not young Splodge. We estimate him to be about 15 years old. He's a stray. I'm confident of that. He's living in someone's parking space, basically. Really doesn't like other cats. He hisses anytime any of our cats try and go near him. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But he's nice to us. Yeah, that's young Splodge. Oh, hang on. Where's the next picture? I will, of course, have a look at the live chat before we finish this evening. Come on. Here is Peach, the mother of the 3 kittens that gave birth in our drawer the other 7 weeks ago. Here is our lovely 13-year-old cat Tom. He is still going strong. The kittens seem to really like him, but he just ain't got time for it. Here are 2 of the kittens, as I said, now 7 weeks old. This is the little black and white one, Melba. This is the tabby one, Jerry. Here again, Melba and Charlie, beautiful black cat. And I think that's it. Yeah, I'm as I said, Catch Up was always designed to be done for the purposes of updating you guys about the white cat that came to us, and we haven't seen him for weeks. So, yeah, I will obviously still be talking about cats, but not as much as perhaps I won't be dedicating a special section to it anymore. We'll see. Who knows? Right, Leslie says it may be the weather change, Bobby, causing your cold and allergy symptoms. Yeah, I wonder if it is. It does seem to be. I don't get many colds, fortunately, but my computer's on a go slow. You have to forgive me. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Hopefully we're streaming all right. Let me check that. Let me check how the stream is going. Yeah, I hope you love the kittens. They are absolutely beautiful. Bit of a havoc, bit of a nightmare. I mean, they love running up and down my leg, particularly Charlie, the black one. And I've got, back of my legs, I've got little tiny cuts in them. Okay. I want to make sure the stream is going all right. Let me just check over on here. Yeah, and we are going to start winding down now. Excellent connection. That is what we like to hear. So, what we'll be looking at next week? Yeah, as I said, had I had longer tonight, and if I'd done this stream in 2 separate parts, then I probably would have looked at just how, the word deep fake, for example. Well, I think that could have more of a meaning to it than they let on, as it were. Just how deep are some of the fabricated characters? How deep do they go with it? And by that, I mean, say Meghan Markle, for example. I am massively convinced that Meghan Markle is a completely fabricated character. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe they did raise her as a girl, but no way was she born a girl, in my opinion. But yeah, I would like to take a look next week at how deeply they do fake it. Right, let me change the text to say, thanks all and good night. Okay, I've got the cats wanting my attention now. They said I've hogged this room long enough. Kuka features, you love the cat? Glad to hear it. Yeah, they're beautiful. See, at the moment as it stands, including Splodge, the one that doesn't live with us, but he just keeps coming to us for food. If we include in our original cat, the mother, and the 3 kittens, that's 6 cats we've got living off us at the moment. My wife really wants to keep them all, and while I absolutely do as well, you've got to be realistic, haven't you? But I wonder, actually, if as they grow older, particularly the boys, whether they might go off and decide to find another home like the mother did, Peach, or whether she might go off back to her old home. I don't know. We've had hundreds of cats, well, not hundreds, we've had lots of cats come and go over the years, and we love all of them. Yeah, I could play like a slideshow of all the cats that have come to us over the years. You would be amazed, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna start winding down. We do have another video about about Prince Meghan this time. It's another one of my old ones about her carrying an inanimate doll. I don't know if you can hear thudding. It's the kittens trying to bang against the door. Right, I'd like to say a big special thank you to Susan, Leslie Wyatt, Kuka Features, Mary B, Mudlight Digging Up the Thames, Phil Wright. Phil Wright, I just seen now, you made a lot of really good points in the tweet. Sorry if I overlooked any of them. Talking about Q angles of people's legs. Yeah, you're absolutely right on that with Charles, by the way. Sorry if I overlooked that one. Also, AJR Wild, thanks for joining us tonight. And have I missed anyone? Susan, I'm sure I've said thanks to you. Sunstar Thunder Lightning, of course, popped in early and said hello. Hope you're still with us. Although, of course, it is in parts of Europe now, it's now midnight, so I do understand if people can't stay up. And yeah, personally, I'm also going to have to finish here. As I said, I'm going to play out with one of my old videos, and then the music will come back on, and we'll slowly switch off all the lights, as it were. And, but I am going to say my final good night now. Before I do invite you all, if you haven't already, to hit the thumbs up button before you leave. Let me see. Hang on. I've got an animation for that, but my computer, as I said, is starting to give up, so where's animation? You'll have to use your imagination for this one, I think, because I can't find it. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, if you want to hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and share on social media, that is always massively appreciated, and it really does help sort of put my videos out to people that will never see it otherwise, because I can tell you YouTube don't recommend my videos. So if you guys want to do it on their behalf, then that is great. Likewise, I would like to support my Patreon over... I'd like to support thank my supporter on Patreon. That would be Linda Mac. And we've got a QR code on the screen now if you want to. Otherwise, check the description if you want to follow me over there. And that is where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, Leslie and Mudlark saying good night. And thanks, Leslie. Yeah, I hope I feel better soon. Generally, as I say, I don't get unwell too often, and when I do, they don't generally last too long, so I should be back next week, all being well. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, I'm not going to talk for two to 2.5 hours tonight like I sometimes will. Okay, I will leave you with the video. It was originally called Meghan Carries an Inanimate Doll, and this video is up on my channel. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a wonderful week. If I'm not back before, I will see you next week. Take care everyone. Enjoy the video, and good night, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Right, cheerio. Hi everyone, now I'm bringing you this video because we have some earth-shattering photos of a